Could you do the copy paste thing? Please? I didn't set my thing up. Hey everybody! I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in today's live stream, we are going to be doing some mail opening. We're going to be doing some Q&A and maybe some crafting. We'll see how everything goes. Hey Quintana! And so, it's been a really busy week so far. Hey Cindy! Hey Tanya! Hey Tracy! It's really good to see y'all in here. Hey Oak! Okay, real quick. I realize it's Monday and not Tuesday. And normally I do my live streams on Tuesday, but we are going to be on the road all day tomorrow. I'm cringy? What? I'm horribly cringy, actually. Hey, James. Hey, Corinne. Hey, Julie. Hey, Bernie. Hey, Brissy. Oh, no. I hope your day gets better, Ruby. Hey, Sean. No, you didn't sleep through Monday. I realize it's Monday. What music do you like? All sorts. Thanks for my Facebook status. Oh, well, I saw that and it's rough. It really is, Oak. So I was like, you've got this. It's actually made my horrible Monday infinitely better. Right on. I'm sorry your Monday sucks. Like, hey, Sue. Hey, Barbara. Sandy says, hope you have a really great and safe trip. I'm super excited for the trip. We are going, hey, Wendy. We are going to Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be driving all through Tuesday and Wednesday to get there. So this is going to be kind of intense. But that'll be all right. We're going to be, well, I say it's going to be intense. I'm going to be in the back seat with a bunch of t-shirts, like drawing in a coloring book.
Yes. We're bringing you a coloring book.
Yeah, oh no, I have stockpiled all of the coloring books that y'all have sent me, and I am bringing like, crayons will probably melt. So I'll be bringing like some markers and some different things. So, but I didn't know what kind of signal we would be having tomorrow, so I figured I'd go ahead and live stream today because, yeah. So, I'm not saying, but I saw you live, so I wanted to say hey. Well, hey. Yay! Hey, Emma. But yeah, so we're gonna be in Phoenix, Arizona at Phoenix Comic Fest, and then we will be home for almost like a full month. I still haven't set it up with the Tandy Leather yet, but I'm probably gonna be teaching a class at some point in June. I actually need to email Tim about that like later today. Doing my list of stuff to do. Just a minute.
What am I doing?
Putting like all the links and stuff. You can copy them from one of my other videos and then paste it in. Have you seen my business Facebook page yet? I don't know if I have, James. Sparky says, don't you also drive? Yes, but out of the three of us, I am the worst driver. Like, Randy will let me drive our van, but it's our friend's van. And last time we went to Phoenix with her, she didn't even let Randy drive, hardly.
I had to hijack.
Like, he had to hijack it from her whenever we were getting gas. He got into the passenger seat, and she's strong, but she's not strong enough to leverage Randy out of a driver's seat. So that, and he like kept locking the door. So he like forced her to let him drive. So I don't think they're going to let me drive. I'm like extreme backup co-pilot. Mostly there for moral support and because Randy and I have separation anxiety, apparently. What's up, baby?
Am I just copying all this?
Yeah.
Geeky 101 and all?
Yeah. Phoenix is so lucky. Ewan needs time to not adulting and coloring, right? And I am looking for, this is a little bit of a mini vacation for me. I'm not going to be, I say that, but I'm probably going to be shooting some videos, but I'm not going to be doing any editing while we're on the road. I'm not going to anything like, like non-YouTube time, which I'm going to miss you guys. I'll probably still answer comments. Never mind, it's not a vacation. Those lists, right? We need more armor videos. I am working on it, Moby. I really am. We're super, I don't know, just super excited about everything. He's so organized. The immovable Randy, right? For us, it's only like a 17-hour drive.
Yeah, something like that.
Randy used to knock out, like he drove us from southern Tennessee to Baltimore, Maryland in one day. That was a 17-hour drive.
Now I just drive from to Atlanta.
Right?
It's also a 17
Still a
hour.
17-hour drive. Bernie says it's strange to think you can drive for over 2 days. The UK is less than 600 miles long. Right? And we're starting from like the middle in driving. So
Yeah, we're in the middle.
Phoenix was beautiful. It's been like 2 years. So Sparky says you're going to be so bored. Actually, I do really well on road trips. Like I bring music, I stare out the window. It's like I narrate my own nature show whenever I'm looking out the window and I'm like, ah. And it's beautiful. Like it's so beautiful out that way. Like this time 2 years ago when we were going out, we were going through New Mexico and it's so just flat. Like here it's flat, but there's still trees in the way, but it was so flat and you could see these like plateaus. I had never seen a plateau before. I had like read about them in like geology, both class, I don't know, like middle school science where they talk about like fjords and straits and plateaus. Like it was one of those things that I was like, I guess that's a thing. Like, but I saw them and I was like, that's weird.
Texas
but
history?
no. But and they have these cactuses that look like people just marching through the desert. And the cactuses had flowered. They were flowering, so they all looked like they were wearing like flower crowns, and it looked like they were all like, I don't know, having a pilgrimage to Burning Man or something. Like it was beautiful. Like, so I don't get bored at all on road trips. Like, because we also have audiobooks and music, and like I'll just sleep a whole bunch. Like I'm super happy stuffed into a vehicle for a long time. Drivers make bad passengers. Right? Is your chain self-made? I like it. It suits you. This one was actually given to me by a friend here on YouTube. It's perfect. Like they nailed my colors. And I love the way it like sits on me and stuff. Anita says, I'm lost. It's Monday, not Tuesday, right? Well, we're going to be in the vehicle and I don't know what kind of signal we're going to have.
Cut the live stream.
Don't startle me, Randy. Well, I'll check that out, James. Thank you. Hey, Trinity. Okay, scrolling down. So yeah, we're teaching at Tandy Leather in June, and then we will be Tokyo and Tulsa in July. That'll be a lot of fun. And then we aren't really certain where we're going to be after that. I haven't heard back from GlitchCon yet that if they want us in as a guest. So we'll see about that. But after that, we'll have Tokyo and Tulsa, and then I guess it's Dragon Con. So we'll have lots of time open to keep these tutorials coming. Ooh, Carol, she says, take a picture and then when you come home from your trip, paint it. I think that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. And I may actually like do that quite a bit because it's so beautiful. I would never live there. For I am a delicate, like hydrated creature. Like I've got the nose stuff that was sent to me for putting up my nose so I don't get nosebleeds, but it is so dry there. No, it's not cocaine. I shrivel up and just start dying. I was thinking I wanted to like make a costume. It's called a mesa. Okay, well thank you, Gail. See, I'm so ignorant. But I wanted to sorry, stream for I might be doing my first craft fair next month. Oh, congratulations, Emma. Good luck. They're a lot of fun. Just plan on it being either way too hot or raining a bunch. Because then, Sparky says, are you going to Archon this year? We haven't registered. Like, it's made a huge difference to us to not have to travel as much. Because we were thinking about it and we did the math and it's like, we get 6 days back a month by not driving to all of these different events. Yay! Lydia got her avocados. Free shavacado. But so I don't know if we'll be doing Archon again. So, but it's given us a lot of time that we'll have a lot of tutorials coming. So hopefully we will have more armor videos. That's why I got started on that whole tangent. Now also, we have a bunch of jewelry still available up on our Etsy store, as well as prints, mug pre-orders. Mugs very similar, but nothing like this one. Similar size, which is good. It's a good coffee cup size. What is the event in Atlanta? We will be at Dragon Con. We will actually be on the 3rd floor of the Amerimart at Dragon Con this year. I don't know for certain our booth placement yet, but whenever we find out, we'll let you guys know.
3rd floor.
Mm-hmm. On Thursdays, I've been given 2 hours leave to go to McDonald's with physio. It'll be my first time out of the hospital in 10 weeks. Huge progress. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Congratulations, Abigail. Lisa says, I'm having surgery Thursday, but I will be there to see you this weekend, one way or the other. Oh my gosh. Be safe and good luck in your surgery. And that's something also, I won't be live streaming this Thursday. Again, we don't know what kind of signal we're going to have. We're on somebody else's time. So everything's just going to be super weird. So I've got a separate video scheduled for y'all on Thursday. The event in Atlanta is Labor Day weekend. It's like the very end of August, beginning of September. Hey, Ton. My friends are guest handlers at Dragon Con. Right on. Well, I think that's all. Oh, and then after Dragon, I think our next slotted event is MCFC in Memphis, Memphis Comic and Fantasy Con. That one's a lot of fun. They're having it at Graceland, which is really, really fun. Have you ever made or done tutorials on wire hair bun holders? I haven't. I used to make some leather ones that would hold like hair sticks, but I've not been able to find a good hair stick supplier, and it's kind of tedious to have to make our own. Like, we take like dowels and pencil sharpeners and like sharpen it and then like sand it and stuff. So
yeah.
Do y'all want to see our newest sculpture?
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man. We'll be right back. Whee! 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 Okay. This is June's giveaway fairy house, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. A little carried away.
A little bit.
So, and we have a tutorial coming out on the wire tree, and then a whole separate one on how we did the sculpture. So this is something that will be given away to one of our $1 and up patrons, because y'all do so much for me. Making sculptures like this is the least I can do. Oh, I'm kicking the tripod. But yeah, lots of, these are red coral. And this is not to enable hoarding or anything, but this is what happens. Like, these were beads from like maybe 10 years ago that the holes broke when I was trying to string them. They aren't air plants, they're silk floral, though air plants would be super cool for something like this. But yeah, and you could actually turn it, like, it was my first time doing waterfalls. But I think I want to do a lot more, because this is also my first time doing resin with polymer clay. So I am so excited though about this. And y'all can see like the bottom. Have you seen the bottom? It's a flower pot in the shell that I had used for my Capricorn costume. This was the boob mold. So right on. Dragon Con is in Atlanta, Georgia. It is Labor Day weekend. And it is a ton of fun. It's a huge experience. I honestly don't know if I would recommend it for if it's your first time attending a convention.
No, go something much smaller.
Yeah, but Atlanta has quite a few smaller events as well that are a little bit more manageable. But I still have quite a few more fairy houses to sculpt. Hey, Randy, could you pull up today's winner? We are having, let me go grab the eye. Again, I'll be right back. Sorry. Horribly unprepared. And then, hey, Randy, can I show them the painting that I'm doing for
Sure.
your giveaway?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so today's giveaway is for this hand-painted dragon eye, which is super duper pretty. I really like this one. Yeah, I'm having the live stream today instead of tomorrow, Nicole. Well, thanks, Sparky. She says it's Monday. You're allowed to be unprepared. Hey, Sarah. I was going to try to go for my vacation, but with it being Labor Day weekend and I work retail, I'm not sure I'd be able to be there for enough of the con to make it worth it, right?
Yeah, don't.
Hey, Bex. But no, so today's winner is Cheryl. What was the last name? If you pull it up, I can just read it. Weatherall? I don't know. Sorry, I'm really not good at pronouncing names. But congratulations, Cheryl. You have won a dragon eye. This is a 50 millimeter hand painted. Nope, doesn't stick to my forehead. But next week's giveaway is going to be a leatherworking kit, which I'm really excited about. So stay tuned for that. And then I've been working on, for Randy's channel, a watercolor painting of Goku from Dragon Ball Z. That's all blurry. Focus, Tiny Wonder. But yeah, this is watercolor and India ink. He's not done yet. I still need to go through and add some highlights onto his hair and like kind of out the feet a little bit more and like add in a bit of a background. But this original painting will be given away on Randy's Patreon in his channel in June. Do you think, babe?
Yeah.
But I've been having a lot of fun. It's super different from what I normally do. Like, I'm not much of a figure artist. I didn't think, but I was surprised. Welcome to all the newbies here on Vaughn's YouTube. Aw, well, thanks, Anita. As we all know, dragons do not give up their eyes very easily. That's fair. I don't know. I work my wily ways. Ooh, leatherworking kit, right? Got my fingers crossed for you, Erin. Ton says, I've got 2 kids graduating and 1 getting married, all within a week of each other. Good Lord, that's busy. I'm trying to make some graduation presents and wedding jewelry while I'm watching your videos. Right on. Donna says I'm wearing my hair there almost the same as yours today. Right on. Yeah, messy bun for the win.
Can you wear your hair there?
And so now I am opening up the, we got 1 package in the mail. Do it, Liv? No, I've got scissors. I found them. You're beautiful, and I love you. I don't remember. Sweet talks in the drag. Yeah, I just trade them. It's a great drawing. Last time I tried to draw a person, they looked like an alien. Well, I've found that I'm not really good at drawing like people, but I can draw like cartoon people or like stylized people okay-ish. Ooh, okay. Sparky says, what is your zodiac sign? I am a Leo. And actually, like, well, somebody did my star chart for me whenever I worked at the Moon Willow. And every single one of my planetary houses is also in Leo, with the exception of my moon sign is in Cancer. So it's kind of our joke that I'm like, oh, I'm super full of myself, but I'm emotional about it. Just Leos at their best and worst, I think. Okay, this is from Cindy Moore. Cindy Moore Designs. Are you in here, Cindy? I thought I saw you. Right, Claudia said, thought you were a Capricorn because of the cosplay. Right, and I can see how that's very misleading, but I just really like the Capricorn. And a lot of my best friends are Capricorns, so. Right on. Okay. So I'm pulling this out. Hey, Cindy. Okay. Ooh, oh wow. Safe to read out loud. I have no problem with anyone knowing any of this. I know it is long, and I promise it has a point. Okay. Dear Yvonne and Randy, since you entertain me as well, I've not had the easiest or nicest life experience in general, but the past 2 years have been 2 of the most difficult in my life. In January 2016, my oldest son left for Marine boot camp. While proud, I was also fearful. In February 2016, several things happened. First was half of our income tax refund, that really is a lifesaver for us sometimes, was taken wrongly. We did get it back just in time to make the trip to see our son graduate boot camp. However, 2 days after the tax thing happened, my husband had the widowmaker heart attack at the age of 37. It was so terribly scary. He had grown the extra vein that allowed him to live when that is the one you can and usually do drop dead where you stand. They did the surgery and everything turned out great. We did, however, lose 80% of our income, so everything is a struggle. In October 2016, my son, the Marine, was in a horrible wreck. Holy crap. He, sober and in a small Hyundai, was T-boned by a Jeep driven and occupied by 3 drunk Marines. Jaws of life and all that stuff. He walked away with bruises and soreness, but he walked away. I'm including a picture of his car that he did not see until days later. The picture was enough to make me cry and be totally grateful. It doesn't end there, though. He was a Marine. 6 months after his wreck, he became a disabled veteran. This being due to something completely separate from the wreck. And I already told you I have lupus and fibromyalgia, so daily pain. Needless to say, the depression and anxiety worsened for me. This is not to complain, but to show more of what the next means to me. Now that you have a little history of why this is so special to me, I know very well that I have been extremely blessed. Well, daily now, there are 2 things I know will make me smile. First is that the same son got married and had a daughter, making me a grandmother at 38. Well, every day I get to FaceTime with a beautiful little 7-month-old. They're in New Jersey. We are in Mississippi. The second is every day I get to listen to you and your absolutely amazing personality. You have to be one of the most bubbly, upbeat people I have seen. Your teaching is far more fun than most, and you are so interactive. I believe, at least from the side of you we see, that you are one of the most beautiful people there are. I hope you love your gifts. With much love, Cindy. Cindy, thank you. Oh, and here's the card before the wreck. I'm nervous to see it because, damn. And that's it after. And that's some pretty serious stuff. And this resonates a lot with both Randy and I, because it's just, especially with as much as we would drive, I don't know how many nearly this experiences we had. So it's hugs to you, Cindy, for sure. Though that all of that, like, good on you for just making it through. So, oh my gosh. Cindy Moore Designs, handmade artisan jewelry and more. Cindy, do you have a Facebook page? Ooh, an Egyptian coil bracelet. Ooh, yeah, it looks like there's a page right in here. Yeah, you can find her on Facebook, you guys, Cindy Moore Designs, and then there's also a link to her website. So please go and check her out. I'm going to lose myself in these beautiful gifts real quick. Egyptian coil made out of brass. Oh my gosh. These are one of my favorite different kinds of wire wrapped bracelets to make.
Oh, those are neat.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, and all that chain work is so nice and even. Oops, they're on the inside. That's a lot of close calls though, Cindy. Like, I really, like, right? Oh, goodness, Carol. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool. And the packaging's beautiful and stuff, too. Dun, 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 dun. Ba, dun, 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 ba, dun, dun, dun. Hey, Sam. Thank you for buying handmade. Wow. How do I get it off the thing? There we go. Look at that ring, too, you guys. It's so sparkly. And adjustable, which is fantastic. Because I am super swollen up today from eating tacos for 10 years.
We did not eat tacos last night.
Do what?
We did not eat tacos.
That's true.
Despite how much I wanted to.
I know. Ooh, check this one out. Oh, that's rainbow colored Egyptian coils. Oh, that is so beautiful. Good thing I got 2 wrists. Thank you so much, Cindy. Hey, Trudy. It's going really well. I'm feeling particularly blessed today. yeah, again, just beautiful, beautiful work. And they go on really nice too. I love the way you did the clasps. And there's 2 more in here. Thank you so much though, Cindy, for sharing your story. Like we all have our difficulties and where we come from. Ooh, what's this? 5 pair of handmade, Argentinium silver ear wires. Oh, that's so cool. Did you do the ball, did you melt the balls? That sounds weird. I think you know what I mean though. Like as a crafty person. Then last back. Oh, those are pretty. Randy, check out these earrings.
Oh, whoa.
I'm putting those in my ear holes.
Those are really neat.
Yes, they are. Thank you so much. Stacy says, I love watching your videos as well. Your personality is very contagious. Keep up the awesome work and cool videos. Love you. Well, thank you, Stacy. That really means a lot to me, you guys.
Catch the gonorrhea.
Oh, God. Randy says, you'll catch the gonorrhea. Which, okay, backstory on that real quick. When I was in like middle school, that's whenever my metal allergies really started to manifest themselves because like I got my ears pierced and my ears were always agitated. I started wearing like grown-up pants, like not just like little kid like pull-on leggings, like and where the button on my pants would touch my stomach, my skin was like peeling and agitated all the time. And my brother, who's just great, the way that older brothers always seem to be, he called it gonorrhea instead of gonorrhea, which me being like in 8th grade, I had no idea what gonorrhea was. And I thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, I have gonorrhea. And so I told my teachers and they just, so you'll catch gonorrhea. It's airborne.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. It's in the air. So that's something that Randy kind of gives me a hard time. But, oh, these are beautiful. So, yeah, that's the backstory on that. I'm not entirely sure, Muggle. Leanne says I have 4 brothers. Oof, no thank you. 1 was more than enough for me. Oh, hey, Coffee. Okay, so let's do some Q&A real quick. Could you show the jewelry again? My computer crashed. She sent me some beautiful handmade ear hooks, 2 lovely Egyptian coil bracelets, a beautiful ring, and some matching earrings. It does. Well, it's a nice thing about tie-dye, too, is everything matches everything. So, wow. Anita says, I have 7 sisters and 2 brothers. Holy moly. That's a lot of, like, man.
Oh, a lot to do it down.
Oh no, Randy. Do you paint in acrylics? I use acrylics to paint leather and foam and different things, and polymer clay, but I haven't really done a whole lot of painting with acrylics, if that makes sense. Though I started pouring, like doing acrylic pours, and oh my God, I can't wait to get my hands on some more canvases and things to do that on, because that's a ton of fun. I've had the same metal crap, gold or silver, but finding it as I get older, I can wear copper more. Nothing with nickel though. Right, and that's something I've had to get really picky about what alloys I can wear, because even some sterling silvers still have nickel in them. And I'm like, what's the point? So with little brother, he's the one who gets teased. Right on. 5 sisters, 3 brothers. See, I only have 2 sisters and a brother. So, like, for those y'all where it's like 7 kids in the house, it's like, man, it was crowded with 4. Like, the 4 of us shared a room for a while. It was, right, without making them nickel free. Okay, so yeah, Q&A time, y'all. Gosh, though, he's so, I'm glad he's okay. because that's... My question is, how do you go about finding a name for your store? I'm trying to find a name and brand for the store that I'm hoping to open, but I need a name for my brand. Any tips? Well, Nicole, they did. The 18 gauge, it stretched out a little bit and was like sore for like half an hour, and then I was fine. Thanks. I don't know, it can be really difficult finding a store name. Randy and I kind of stumbled into ours because I was looking, though, particularly for something that would not limit me in the products that I could make or the avenues that I could go down, because I was like, I wanted to be investing myself into this for a lifetime. So I was like, let's make it something that whether I decide to do photography, whether I am a painter or a soap maker or, you know, anything, it could all kind of fall under the banner. Hey, Jim. Oh, that's fair, Anita. Happy birthday, Sam. Woo! Hungover. Keep that party going.
Goodness.
If there are beads and stones involved, how about beads and bangles? Yeah, that sounds nice. What's a good beginner size gauge for jump rings for chainmail? 16 gauge 1/4 inch in aluminum and 18 gauge 3/16 in aluminum are both really nice. Like with those two ring sizes, you can make quite a variety of different weaves. Oh, yeah, sorry, Jim. The hardest part is when I find a name I like and I look it up. It's usually already taken and I don't want to be confused with another person. Yeah, that's really difficult. And you could do something like, I could call it like Beads and Buttons, like Bead and Button Magazine. Could change it to Beads and Buttons and then call it Vaughn's Beads and Buttons. Like if it were something that I were doing. But it's like you can put a twist on it. It's almost sometimes like finding an email address that is still open. You have to just start adding numbers to it. It can feel that way, though. I mean, it really can, Randy. And there are other Back to Earths out there, but fortunately, we got the Back to Earth and Creations, and then we got a little bit of, you know, momentum behind us, which that can be the hardest part too, is building up the momentum, because there can be just quite a few very similar names, but the more momentum you build behind your company, the more prevalent you'll become, and you'll start being the first Google hit. How do you look up names? Google it. It's like finding a wedding dress. You will know when you find the right business name. That's fair. Yeah, speaking of Aussies, we have a budgie in our backyard, which I can't pronounce the full name of the bird, but it's like a parrot-looking bird. And it's like super tame. I haven't been able to catch it because it's like, we wanted to, like, I Googled it, and they're native to Australia. And they're flock birds. So, and they're so brightly colored, and I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna make it out here in the wild. No, it's a budgie. Like it's but we've named it Pudgy because it is a fat little bird, like so fat.
You found him.
I found he was in my chicken feed.
You found him how?
Budgie. Lisa just posted it.
You found him feather deep.
Feather deep in the chicken feed. Yeah. It's Budgerigar. Budgerigar. I don't know. Budgie is like you can Google budgie and find it. I see fans come from Australia to see it. I don't know if it was that, Claudia. He showed up after a really big storm. I think possibly somebody's bird got out, but I don't know. But for 2 days now, he's been hanging around the chickens. So I'm gonna try to catch him. But it's like I just worry. Yeah, it could be somebody's pet, and it's like, but I don't know how to like handle this, and I can't catch him yet. So we have Pudgy the Budgie in our backyard. Oh, it was a parakeet. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm seeing you, Carol. Sorry, it's the questions move by so quickly. Sometimes Budgerigar. Okay. Yeah, somebody lost their pet. I don't know if bees can carry that. Ahmed, you want to Google it. Can you catch him? Maybe he was somebody's pet. And I'm trying to, but it's because I don't want to hurt him and I don't want to startle him away, because at least here I know he's getting fed out of both our bird feeders and the chicken feed. So I'm like, bird, you better start laying eggs and earn your keep around you. But he's very beautiful and he's just this chubby little parakeet, I guess. So Budgie is a bigger version of a parakeet. Okay. Maybe a fishing net or a large sheet to throw over them. Yeah, possibly. Check out your local animal control, and in your newspaper, many people will post in both saying they have both lost a bird and so on. I'll check that out. I don't know how much I'll work with animal control, because technically I am illegally keeping chickens. Like, I am way over our legal limit of chickens. So I am like, I don't want to get caught and in trouble. So
4 of them are pudgies.
Yeah, 4 of them are pudgies. Yeah, could I dress my chickens up like parrots? There's not a limit on how many parrots I can have. I'm gonna have to dress my birds up. Do you have what they call next door app for information around your neighborhood? Maybe. Oh, that's a really good idea, Leanne. To put a bird cage out there. Sad to say, if we get a lot in our yard, people let them loose. Right. Maybe he feels like a chicken. We shouldn't judge his life. Right. And I figure he probably has a much better life right now hanging out in the backyard than what he did in a cage, because it is relatively enclosed and safe from predators, safe enough that I'm not losing chickens left and right, at least. Knock on wood. But put feed in a bird cage. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're telling me. My chickens, I was trying to catch like I was like hunkering down trying to be like Budgie, and that's how it degenerated from. I was calling him Budgie, being like trying to get him to talk to me, I guess.
Because when the aliens land, they start chasing us, going human.
Yeah, it's like if it, human, come here, human. But no, I was like Budgie, like just mispronounced, and so I was like, well, that's your name now. Put an empty cage by the chicken with the feed in it, a little bit of toys. Hopefully that will entice him to enter the cage. That'd be a good idea. What, in your opinion, is the best $50 patron package you offer for my brand? Excuse me. I'm not sure what you mean. Woo. Z, hey. I'll bet you it's just the mailman.
I bet you he comes every day.
Yep.
Except Sundays.
Don't be rude to him. He brings me mail. Honestly, I personally really like the $50 combo kit. You'll get wire wrapping and chainmail stuff, though also like the random's pretty cool too. So, because you never know what you're gonna get with that one. If I were signing up, I would sign up for the combo or random kit. Ooh, another question. What do I do when I run out of space for more beads? The series. Could it be the stuff for your Geeky grab bags?
Ah, yes. Indeed.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, though. What's that? Who's that, too?
That's you.
Ooh, really? I get to open some mail.
From Paramount Cove.
Parawires here. Probably buying too many beads in the bead section at Michael's is going to be the death of me. That's super fair. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have almost a full shelf of beads over here, and then another bookcase over here. And then I also have, let me see what my charge is at. 34%. I can unplug for a second. Gotta put down the coffee if you want to play the saxophone.
Irises are that color.
Ooh, seed catalogs. And then I also have all of these drawers are full of stuff. We've got all of these drawers over here We've got all of these drawers and trays and different things. And then over here in the living room also, we have this entire shelf over here and all of these drawers. And that's not including all of the stuff in storage in the other room. So we have, whenever you're talking about running out of space for beads, it just takes over the house. Like we also have lots more bead storage up and around there. So bum, 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 ba, da, dun, dun. Elisa, it's not an impromptu live stream. It's I'm not going to be home tomorrow, so we're going ahead and instead of me just sitting in the car and like losing signal and stuff, mail time. I make my granddaughter pick random things, and I have to make something. Ooh. Question: the wire I'm using gets scratched, and the finished product looks bad. I recommend Parawire. It can scratch up if you're quite rough with it, but once you get some practice in general, it's really like super high quality. Can us Randy Vaughn fans get a sneak peek at the Geeky grab bags? No. Randy?
What?
Randy went no. So.
No.
Well, we're going to be having some really cool decals.
Yes.
And artwork and gaming cards and all sorts of like different fandom keychains, and like you'll get everything from like Avengers stuff to Dragon Ball Z to all sorts of different stuff over in his grab bags. Does that include all the findings in wire, or is it just beads? How do you mean, Pat? Did you say you'd be sharing a tutorial for the fairy fountain you have there in the background? Yes, Emma. Actually, let me see what day it will be coming out. Uh-oh. Gravity! Oh! I didn't see there was a note in it. I've never done these multicolored. This is the first. Right on. Sorry, I didn't notice that there was a note in there. I was too distracted by the pretty bracelet. Can I see?
Maybe. Are you going to show them?
Maybe. Will they possibly pledge to get to your Geeky grab bags? Because it's kind of like a loot crate that Randy does over on his channel. Parawire charge a fortune to ship to the UK. I was gutted. Ooh, £45 shipping fee. Yeah, and it's really difficult, Abigail, because it's like a lot of the times, like for our craft crates and stuff that we do, it's sometimes about $15 to ship to the UK for our $20 grab bag. Most of the time it's 15, like starting out for like a 2-ounce package. And we're like, okay, because we want to do it international. We want you guys to be able to get wire. Ooh, these are one of the things that... Sorry, can I show them? I'm as bad as that dude, aren't I?
What dude?
Can we rewind that? On the live stream?
Yeah, you're as bad as Tom Holland.
Okay, I'm going to show this though, Randy. Again.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Little Majora mask pendants. Majora's mask. And these are some of the things that you would get in Randy's Geeky grab bags that he sends out every month on his channel.
These came out much larger than I thought.
What are those? I want to see. Ooh! Oh, that's neat. I might have to make some little casts of these. That way I can make them out of resin. Well, that way for people with metal allergies. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a source for alternative Disney princess cards. Any ideas? Like Orange is the New Black Princesses. Oh, that's cute. I don't know, though.
Oh, that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
It helps so much when you guys highlight the name. That way I can tell it's a question. Can I see that? Those are much bigger than I thought, too. Mm-hmm. And
you just want to show people.
I do.
Yeah.
I thought that was very evident.
Yeah, can I see? And I'm like, sure.
Look at me. I have to look at it through the camera lens. That way they can see it too. Some Legend of Zelda bling, says Vaughn to other Vaughn, because I'm not showing everybody on camera. But yeah, so those are some of the things. I recently watched your tutorial for the captured bead bracelet and loved it. Where do you purchase the glow-in-the-dark BBs? Walmart. Like in the BB gun section, you could probably also find them airsoft guns. Instagram picture I put up of the rainbow one got a lot of attention, so I need to order more wire quickly, right? America is so expensive to ship to from the UK. I can ship to Japan for £4. Right? And it's like, we get free shipping from China. And I'm like, nobody in China watches my videos. And if they do, none of them sign up for Patreon. So I don't even know how I would do that. Like, Erin says, super excited for my Geeky grab bag now. And Carol says, hurry, everybody, get a grab bag from them. Some did those, but they aren't for sale. Right on. I know I just said I have too many beads, but I watch other crafter YouTubers who get subscription boxes with craft supplies, but I've never heard of a beading jewelry making subscription box. Yeah, that's kind of, it's what I'm trying to do with the craft crates, is each month, and I have a video that shows a little bit of like a peek into it, but you get samples of wire, you get rings that Randy and I have coiled and cut, you get beads that we've made either from resin or polymer clay. It enables me to justify going and buying beads that I'm interested in bulk, because I'm like, I really like this bead, but I don't need like 10, 16-inch strands of it. But I'll get it and then keep like one of the strands and then give out the other strands to my craft crate pledgers. Ooh, oh, that's cool, Julie.
I got free stickers.
For people with questions, try using... Thank you, Daniel. Oh, no. That's great. Can't do this right today. You were asked about the bead storage, so I was asking if the storage for the findings. Yeah, I store, actually most of my findings are up in those bins. Or, like, I kind of streamlined it a bit, unless I'm hand making a clasp or something. I just buy my clasps in bulk and then store them in little canisters. What's up, babe?
Dude, I have such an idea.
What's your idea? I've got such a clue.
Well, check this out, right?
Mm-hmm. Can I show them?
Sure.
Ooh. Yeah, that's just, they just did a second pouring.
Uh-huh. Now, check it out.
Uh-huh.
Patara earrings. Yo, that's how we do it.
Nerd. Nerd. My local shop has them. Right on. How they contribute to Robin Williams through Zelda, right? Do patrons get pliers in the wire wrapping boxes? Oh goodness. I forgot to turn my sound down. Sorry, guys. Or would those need to be purchased on their own? Typically, I don't send out pliers because I don't know what you might already have, and also it really racks the rate up. But yeah, the shipping starts really going through the roof, and a big reason of why I hand make so much the crates is like we coil and cut all of our own rings. I make all of the cabs and stuff is because I can invest time into it, but that way I'm not having to invest a ton of like money into buying a ton of beads and stuff whenever I can buy some clay and then sit there and meticulously make it for you. And then also that way I wanted what I offer in the craft crates to be kind of exclusive, like where you can't just find it anywhere. Like it makes it like the hand painted dragon eyes I include in the crates periodically. Sometimes I send out prints. Like I was really excited this last month. We got some archival quality art prints done, and so I sent prints out to all the random tiers, I think. They are Kathmandu, Leah. Thank you. She says she loves my tops. But yeah, they're Kathmandu imports. I get them from my friend Carrie with Unleash the Goddess. Is that coconut on the shelf? I don't know. Also, dollarbeadsbox.com has a subscription box in the back. Oh, right on. Did I miss you saying when the tutorial is coming out? I never actually got there. Which tutorial were we looking at? Sorry. What day is it even? Woo.
Are you my mom?
Which tutorial was it? I did, Lisa. That was beautiful. Cool. You can get plier sets cheap at Hobby Lobby. Right on. Where can I sign up for your crates? I think Randy was kind enough to post the links down in the video description. You can become a pledger at our Patreon. It's patreon.com, patreon.com/Back to Earth Creations. Your cinnamon girls have a brand name. That's so far. They're condiment aisle, right? They're called Cinnamon Queens. Was what, like, if you Google cinnamon queen chicken, that's what it was. Like, I don't think they had any particular brand. What is that green thing on your desk? This is the June's giveaway prize, Jim. I'll show you guys again because I'm super stoked about it. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna ship it yet. I think I'm gonna have to be real careful to be like this side up for the top, but it's got all kinds of real and sculpted seashells and silk floral and real moss and all sorts of things. There's a company called Crate Joy that promotes a ton of new monthly sub boxes. You could look into that to further promote yourself. Right on. If you have been informed, oh, the tutorial for that, right? Sorry. Will be coming out on May 30th. So that's going to be pretty cool. Thanks, Brucey. How much are your crates per month? They start at $20, but that covers shipping and they're international. So we try to give y'all some bang for your buck. Oh, Sarah. I know you say it's not necessary, but I'll be a patron as soon as the income flow is steady and safe again. It's, again, just within, like, I can't make you guys, like, invest in yourselves. Like, I want you to invest in yourself, but I also really appreciate whenever you show generosity, not just to me, but anybody around you. And so it's like, but please do not put pledging to me before anything that you need or anything like that. Like, I've got to trust you guys to do your budget in a way that is going to benefit you. It's Randy and I've been doing Dave Ramsey. Hey, Jim. Yeah, do what, Randy?
The Dave Ramsey method.
Yeah, not like doing Dave Ramsey. No, we've been watching a lot of his stuff on YouTube. We've gone through his Total Money Makeover workbook. And this is something that if it weren't for y'all on Patreon, Randy and I would not have be able to do this, because it's for the longest time, for like 10 years. Randy and I would, like, we were trying to follow his budgeting advice, but it's like, it's so hard to budget when you have no money. Like it's like, I get $200 this month. What am I supposed to save? Like, hey, Rebecca. Well, thanks for hanging out, Muggle. I've been loads of bubble wrap and packing peanuts. That's what we're going to be doing. Ooh, I'm super behind on comments. Okay. Have you done any work with wood carving? I haven't, Scott. +1 for Dave Ramsey stuff has helped us a lot over the years too, right? Oh, Cindy, that's amazing. Luckily, the only debts we have are medical. Everything else is paid off 100%. That's fair. Like, that's a pretty good place to be. Why won't you let me click stuff? I could use your help, honey. Attended my first vendor fair this weekend, and my first sale was a pair of dragon scale Mobius flower earrings, the first mail project I learned to make from your tutorial. Nathan, that is awesome. But oh, what were we saying? Speaking of woodworking, though, Scott, I'm really, I want to kind of get into that. And Randy's birthday. Hey, can you cover your ears, honey?
No.
Please?
No.
Just like, la, la, la. Okay. I can't, I don't know sign language. I want to tell them about your birthday, because he's going to be 31.
Ew,
which is awesome. No, it's not gross. Aging is a luxury, honey.
Yeah.
We get to be grown-ups now. But no, okay, I'm going to whispers, so maybe he can't hear. Can you guys still hear me?
You know, I can still hear you.
Oh. But I'm getting him some woodworking tools for his birthday.
I already know what you're getting.
Well, I know, but it's but yeah, but no, it's because we were cleaning through Fred's room, and Fred was like, you can have the stuff that's in there. So we have a circular saw, because I was like, Randy, if you could have woodworking tools, what tools would you want? Like, what would you like? And he's like, I could really use a circular saw. And I was like, I think we have that. And he was like, what? And because he was calling it a skill saw, which I had never heard him called that except for by Randy. And so I was like, I'm not sure what you mean. And I was like, do you mean like a circular saw? And he was like, yeah. And so we looked at it and he's like, yeah, we have one. Sweet. Because I was cleaning the kitchen. Like, Randy was doing dishes and I was cooking, and I had like wiped down the counters, and I started wiping down the cupboards. And I guess I scrubbed too hard because the cabinet door fell off. So that was fun. So there's a lot of stuff in this house that use some super duper fixer upper stuff. Yeah, Emma, it's a little bit so I can get him a tool belt. I'm not gonna lie. So sorry, don't make me blush, you guys. Right. But it's yeah. But no, and so it's like there's a ton of projects that we kind of need to do around the house, and it's like it's so expensive. Like, cabinets are like $300, and I'm like, for like one cabinet, for like a cheap cabinet, and I'm like, and so I'm like, well, we could just make it, you know. Sorry, I can't even stop, you guys. You're making me laugh. But that dinky small, like, fancy stair rail or fencing that you can use in your fairy homes. Oh my gosh. Now, we do have a Dremel. We actually have like 2 Dremels. We use them a lot for foam and different things, but I think it'd be, you know, she goes, boy, what did I come in on? Sorry, stop it, guys. I think, did I tell them? No, I told Lauren. Can I tell them?
No.
Please.
No.
Okay. But now I really want to.
Too bad.
Okay. Well, it's actually, and we actually this morning I filled out some forms for volunteering for Habitat for Humanity because I really want to learn how to do that. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not shopping right then, Breezy, but it seems like every time I shop, I keep finding like super like expensive. They say now they have to know. You need a drill press, a router, and a belt sander. We have a drill press, and we can fit the Dremel into it. Because like it was like designed for a Dremel. That's something that Fred gave us, which, man, the generosity of family and friends and y'all here on YouTube, like, y'all have changed our life, like, so much. Like, we call Fred Saint Fred because he's just, like, he's a lifesaver. So find resale store for Habitat for Humanity. You can get less expensive and help out. Right on. It's great, Randy, trying to keep surprises, but Yvonne wants to share it. No, I will respect Randy on this one and not tell this story, even though it's hilarious.
It's not a surprise.
It's not a surprise. Well, how about now? Can
No.
So, Susan says, if someone was going to take the leap of faith and make crafting and blogging your primary source of income, which site or whatever would you recommend as a starting platform? First, I would recommend maintaining at least a part-time job. Make sure that your fundamentals, your food, electricity, housing, like your base, is paid for from an outside party, that part-time. You know, it's because it's so difficult getting the ball rolling on a business that it can take up to 3 years before you can really start to see any kind of consistent income out of it. That's just how long it takes. And it can be really, really difficult to, because that's 3 years of constant, persistent effort, like every day for 3 years before you can really start to see some kind of feedback from it. So don't just quit your day job and then start, like, keep your day job, but get the website put together. Get this stuff like soft launch on, I would recommend a website. You can set them up through Square or Weebly. There's a lot of different sites that will let you set up portfolios and galleries and purchase through PayPal, or Square is really nice for if you don't like using PayPal. Etsy. Like, I have a website as well as an Etsy. And then have a Facebook page. It's really great that you can post to Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. Don't go out seeking specific ways to spend money on your business. Like, you can pay somebody to put you together a website, but if you don't have traffic coming to it, generated either through social media or YouTube or word of mouth or promoting yourself at craft shows and things, then it doesn't matter if you spent $0 on your website or if you spent $1,000 on your website. So start off with the one that is $0, because you'll be able to fine tune what is going on with that website, like what works for you, and then build on that, as opposed to, you can sell through Facebook now. And again, if it's free, sell through all of them. And it's, for me, having YouTube was an excellent way to be able to reach you guys. Something that works very well for Randy and I is we have very good salesmanship. Like, whether we're selling t-shirts for our friends, or whether we're selling jewelry, or whether we're selling costumes, like, we get into salesperson mode and we put our people skills to work. And so YouTube was a way that we could translate that into kind of like, it's like we're hanging out in my booth, only instead of having my table in between me and you guys and us talking about what's going on, we're just sitting in our craft rooms in our living room and stuff. That way. Having something like a coffee or a Patreon or a Kickstarter can be really helpful, because sometimes people want to support you, but they don't need any more jewelry. That's something that Randy and I ran into, and that's why at craft shows I started selling henna artwork, because it's perishable. It's something that starts at just $1, and people are like, yeah, I saw you 3 weeks ago, my henna faded, let's get, here's $5, do something else on me. And it was, we kept adapting and stuff, but it's just, you just gotta keep trying everything. But don't invest money in something if you don't have to. People will buy your stuff if it's on a display that was homemade, just as much as they will if it's on a display that you spent $30 on. Oh, Lisa, this weekend in Phoenix, I'm not going to be doing henna. We're in a booth full of t-shirts that are not ours, and henna stains fabric. So, right on. Yeah, Stacy says mine was $20 to get my own domain name, so I own it now. And that's a really good idea. That's because that way nobody else will come in and, like, get the domain. But yeah, just start building all of these separate platforms. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work. Hey, and sorry. Anna and Aria. Just keep in mind that after a certain amount, online pay sites like PayPal, that you have to report income to the IRS, which is true, which is something that, this is not a paid endorsement. It's going to sound like it, but Intuit QuickBooks has this wonderful app called Self-Employed. It's like, I think it's like $10 a month. So I just stopped watching Hulu and started using this app. Like, but it tracks all of your stuff. It tracks your mileage, it tracks your expenses, everything, and makes it so much easier for you to either use TurboTax and you can import that information, or you can take it directly to your accountant. Not a tax advisor. Talk to somebody who's a professional at this, but that is what we do. And it's actually so nice whenever, like, PayPal's like, here's the form that you need, instead of having to hunt down all that crap on your own. Where do you go to own your name? I bought mine through, like, Yahoo, like Yahoo domains. Remember to take your nose leave. Thank you, Bobby. What did you do for credit card purchases before smartphones could be used? It was called PayPal Virtual Terminal. And we would take our laptop to every convention with us, and we would have to pay for internet. and like use their virtual terminal, and we would have to manually punch in card transactions. They also, we called them knuckle busters. You could set up a merchant account through some of the banks, but that's very expensive. And you'd put the card in there with the papers and stuff, and you'd slide it, and then you'd have to call that in later. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you so much, Bordell. I also got lucky on my past thing in accounting. Right on. Can I talk with you? It's serious. Maybe. Sales face-to-face is easiest with something you like. If I like it and made it, I'm more passionate about it. That's 100% relatable, Jim. Being constantly in and out of hospital with length these days also isn't great for building a business, right? Because while I'm in hospital, I can't do anything. It's annoying and an automatic disadvantage. But this forced downtime, Abigail, is an excellent opportunity for you to learn absolutely everything that you can. It might be the best distraction that there is right now, too, is just study, learn everything. I've been doing a lot of research here lately on like marketing and different things, because I know that for myself, what is necessarily, there's a big difference for me between doing what I feel I need to do as a person to stay true to myself and what is marketable. And I'm trying to find a balance between pursuing all the things that I feel pulled towards and keeping it as something that can hopefully pay my bills. Who won the fairy garden? This one is actually the for June. Today's giveaway was, can you pull up the name again, Randy? I'm so bad with names. Was on this. And was it Cindy? No.
We found it again.
Cheryl Wetherell won this one, so that's fun. How do you deal with creepers, Vaughn? Block them. What do you use for transactions online for your store? I use PayPal. I know a lot of people have kind of given horror, like have experienced horror stories. But I've been using PayPal since 2008, and I have never had a single problem with them. So I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but I'm just getting ready to open an Etsy. What have you found the most effective payments method to hook up? PayPal? It's just, I change our password probably every 3 months, and like, not because they prompt me to, but just on my own. And I'm very strict and stingy about nothing remembers my passwords on any of my devices. So, Bobby, there won't be a live stream tomorrow. That's why we're doing it today. I've been binge watching your Clay and Wire Up videos long as others. Right on. Probably no, they'll be driving tomorrow. Gotcha. Thank you, guys. If I go to a site and it doesn't take PayPal, I leave. Right? And it's like, that's also something too, is we haven't had a whole lot of credit card fraud because we aren't going to all these different websites from all over the world that we go to and purchase things from. Sometimes we just use PayPal. And so PayPal has our card information. They do not. Do you ever have a buyer dispute a purchase even when it's perfect? We've been real fortunate that they have not, but we also keep very close records of everything that we ship. We always have tracking information. We have, like, I usually take a picture of it and post it to one of our different social media sources. That way it's like, in front of God and everybody, I put this into the package and shipped it to you. And then also sometimes it's, the worst thing that's probably happened here recently was someone had purchased my corset pattern and then, like, berated me for, they were like, this is garbage, this is childlike drawing and blah, blah. And I'm like, is it missing any information? It says in the description it is a hand-drawn pattern. And he was such a douchebag about it, I gave him his money back. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like, sorry, but I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time on you being an ass. If you're gonna have this much of a fit, then have a nice day. So, sorry. I've never had any problems with PayPal. Right on, Lisa. Streamlab. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know anything about that, sir. I don't know. And in my range, you got a credit card, not common here. Yeah, no, it's, Randy and I don't use credit cards. Stacy says, I consider my Patreon pledges as payment for you teaching me new techniques through your videos, which I could pledge more. Stacy, you're very generous. Please, like, thank you, though. Like, that's really nice. Aaron said, mad fun, mad fun. No, but it's, I mean, I'm just like, dude, I'm just trying to be nice. Like, I just want to get through today without stabbing anybody, and you're making this really freaking hard to keep being bubbly. So it's like, I'm gonna bubble up your. Yeah. Hola, Amy. Well, watching all the tutorials in hospital, I'm going to have a craft marathon when I get home, right? When is the next fireside tips, Yvonne? That's a really good question.
A ways out.
Randy says a ways out.
So we still come by another brazier.
Yeah, we burnt through our last brazier, like literally burnt through, like it crumbled, and I can't just be right. But no, it's I'm not gonna take the time to complain about all the jerks who are just. Anyways, Erin says, I got so many beautiful bicone beads from Joann's on clearance, and I'm struggling to come up with things to use them for. First night of 60 degrees. Yeah, after Arizona, right? I don't know. Bicones are beautiful in, like, I love them for anything on the ears, because that sparkle, even whenever you wear your hair down, will kind of, like, catch light and flash and stuff. Change because we'll watch your tutorials and watch you make patterns. What did he want? Simplicity? I don't know. And it's like, and I told him, I was like, I'm not good at computers. I know that there's Inkscape. I don't know how to use Inkscape. And I wanted to just post. And it's like, I felt like I was transparent with him and he had a fit. So, no, trust me, I vent a lot to Randy. Like, that's probably all Randy gets to do is listen to me bitch. So he's like, good, she's bitching to yell now. I can just sit over here and not feel like I'm getting yelled at. Yay. Yay. Hey, in Italy. Is it ciao or is that bye? I need to learn. Some people do not want honesty. I don't know. How is y'all on this lovely warm evening in Cambridge? Well, it's, what, 3 in the afternoon? Yeah, 3:20. Needs a Randy. Clone him, right? Oh, man. The world of multiple Randys. All in tool belts. Okay. I'll be completing a $30 commission tomorrow afternoon. Woo! Go Scott. Randy is wonderful, you guys. Like, I super duper like him. I wanted to tell you, you are an inspiration to me. If in the future to have my space finished enough to stream comfortably. That'd be really cool. Hey, Stuffies. Oh, maybe. I'll have to check that out, Nina. I was getting Randy again, right? I saw the coolest tutorial on using bicodes around the edge of a round stone and then the fractal wrap around in between in the beads. That would be really cool. Emily says, I'm trying to get a better look at your necklace. This was, I'm so bad with names, but I follow the creator on Instagram. They do some really awesome stuff. It's actually, you could wear it as a bracelet. Like, I think it was intended as a bracelet, but I really like it as a necklace. Because I'm finding I'm just a lot more inclined to wear things on my neck and ears than I am on my hands and wrists. But it's just beautiful, like, very subtle macrame and, like, the bead patterns and everything. So much, it's simple in design, but complex in execution. And then the little button closure, like, I love it. Because it doesn't even get tangled in my hair or anything. And I've got super, like, ratty, like, bottom hairs. Stacy says, some people are just so miserable within their own life. They seek out to steal other people's joy. I always have to remember that those who anger you control you. Just breathe and take back your day. Right? And Stacy, that's a lot of it. Like, I agree with that a lot. But I also try to withhold judgment because I don't know what's going on in their life. Like, they could be, like, the happiest person in the world and they're just also an asshole. Like, so a lot of it, too, is it's like their comments their behavior, the way that they're treating other people, whether in person or on the internet or what, that's a reflection on them. That has nothing to do with me. So I'm not going to bring myself down to that level and roll around in the mud with them. So it's like, bye, Felicia. How long did it take you to make that cool thing behind you? This one, it took me probably a day on the tree, and then a span of like 2 or 3 days on the base sculpture. Because most of that though was waiting for the resin to cure. UPS or FedEx deliver to PO boxes yet? Oh, I'm not certain. Right? Bottom here. Well, like the base of my neck, like I don't know what they're called, the nape of my neck. Just started off my first clay project, a replica of the farmhouse my mom grew up in. Just wanted to say thanks for the inspiration. I'm totally hooked. Yes. Another one addicted. It's too cold to swim in the pool right now in Arizona. It can't be that bad. How cold is cold to you? Because you guys basically live in an oven. Like, I don't know if you're aware, but it's like, sorry. Sorry. Oh, any of my Dutchies in chat? I believe if you really want to find a person's personality, giving them an anonymity works every time. I read that somewhere as well, I believe. Yeah. I'm planning to make a corset using your pattern, but have a hard time figuring out which pieces should be in which thickness leather. That's fair. Usually with, sorry, this is freezing. Whenever you're about the corsets and knowing which rivets to use, I predominantly will be using the extra large and large rivets, though I do try to keep a pack of medium rivets on hand for if I need to. Sometimes for like attaching the front center connection. Yeah, I don't know what's up, Emily, but I think it's the phone is pretty hot from, yeah, it's quite hot to the touch. But it's, I want the rivet head to at least be flush with the surface of the leather. So if I have 2 pieces of leather together, I want that rivet to at least come about like that. But I don't want so much of it that whenever it rivets, it gets like squished over, if that makes sense. And you can always test it too. Like keep your scrap on hand and put 2 layers together and rivet it and see how the rivets behave. Ooh. Have you ever cut shells? Living on the coast, I find a lot of small conch shells that I would love to work with. I've done some drilling in shells, but I get a lot of like flaking and chipping and stuff. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but I don't have as much experience in it as I would like. So actually nice day in the Surprise, Arizona. It's usually hot, too hot for me tonight. Right on. I get discouraged before I even start doing polymer clay stuff. I have this anxiety about failing miserably, especially with painting it. Might I suggest trying a project that you feel like you're like, yeah, I've got this. That's so easy. Like do some of those. And that will build up your confidence as well as your skill set and your level. I actually want to show you guys a thing that I found whenever I was sorting through some beads. Because these are atrocious. Like, they're pretty rough. But I was proud of them when I made them. So these were one of my very first polymer clay projects. I was trying to make my own like cabochons and things to wire wrap. And you can see the surface is so like irregular from like my fingerprints, and they have pogs on the inside. Flashback for the 90s kids. You can see that's a pog on the inside because I didn't know how to like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I was doing. And so it's, and I don't know what to do with them because they're kind of rough looking, but I call them Arizona Suns, like on my DeviantArt. And it's not even picking up on the detail very well. There you go. Yeah, I wanted to do like a cane. And that was one of my first projects. So bye, Tracy. Try making a Play-Doh replica and paint that first, right? I don't feel like I'm very good at painting polymer clay. That's why I use so many different colored clays. And that way I just let it be the color that it is and then like kind of do that instead of having to paint it. Always use a mask when drilling, cutting, sanding shells. The dust causes the type of lung disease. Well, that's good to know. Did you use UV resin or drying resin for the wells? I used art resin actually. It's I believe it's like a polyester resin. It's like a 2-part like you mix it together. Lisa says they're shabby chic cute. Can you please do a tutorial on the opalite donut necklace you wear? I just purchased some and would love a tutorial on how to use them. I think I actually have some up showing how to do that same wrap style. Put a hole in them and sell them as book bag zipper pulls for kids, possibly. Yeah, oh, that's a good idea. I don't know, I might pop them into my Patreon packages and let y'all do something with them. My jewelry from 10 years ago. Oh gosh, I did not understand design. I was using components the wrong way. My very first necklace, I actually used an ear hook as the clasp. So, where do you find all of your clay? I get a lot of it from like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, which I know a lot of people are like, Hobby Lobby is the devil. And I'm like, the people who work there aren't. You know, I'm going to support their jobs. I'm going to, you know, I don't know. There's no winning. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I have thought of painting before baking with maybe crayon dust. Like chalk pastel pretty well for that. Like chalk pastels and like Pearl-Ex pigments and eyeshadows even work really well for tinting polymer clay. But it's very subtle. Do you think people would be into buying recycled and upcycled jewelry? Yes. About thin leather and put on bracers. Ooh. Can I put resin on a polymer clay cabochon? Yes, but I would recommend doing it after baking the clay. Treasure them? So do you choose your polymer clay colors at a time you source for a project? Honestly, I wait until it goes like half off and then I go and buy like all the clay. like I just get all of the different colors because we sculpt a lot of like horns and different things, and if it's a color that I end up not using very much for in my sculptures, I'll just make some horns or pendants or something out of it, and it forces outside my comfort zone of colors that I normally would have never purchased because I don't particularly like it. It makes me make things that are in other people's favorite colors too. So, hey Michelle. Are we still blurry? My first necklace went to California. I was proud of that one deep purple. Lots of people hit yard sales and take jewelry to repurpose it. Yep. Buy all the clay. But also too, it's like, I don't know, I've been able to fine tune it to know that it's like, I don't use a whole lot of yellows. I don't use a whole lot of oranges. Do acrylics work well on unbaked clay? They can. Some of the colors will darken quite a bit whenever you bake them though. I bought all the clay too. My bank account cried, right? It's, I don't know, about twice a year actually. Now it's about 4 times a year. I've been doing so many more sculptures. I'll go through and I'll buy about 2 bricks of each color of clay that I know that I use. And it's like, I just budget for it. It's like budgeting for gas for in the van or for groceries or anything like that. It's like, I know I'm going to need this, and it keeps me from impulse buying as much. So did you ever get that pricing chart example posted anywhere? I haven't. I'm sorry. We're prepping up for leaving for Arizona, so I've not done much of anything outside of prepping videos. So gotta be nice to customers, right, Jim? Like, I don't believe in the customer's always right concept, but I do feel like I'm the professional. So if they're being a jerk, I should not also be a jerk. And it's like, even though I really want to, it's like, oh, bless your little heart. So I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm going to get myself in trouble being so transparent with you guys. when you're doing a convention, do you have business cards for customers? We do. We get our business cards and different things from gotprint.com. They have much better prices than Vistaprint. Just saying. And you can get 2,000 business cards for the price, for like $20 almost, 20 or $30, I think, after shipping. Don't quote me on that. But no, and it's really nice to just we put a business card into every little bag. That way they still know who we are, and hopefully if anything happens to it, they'll be able to contact us. Is that just a US company? Emma, I don't really know. Possibly. I have Asperger's, I say many times, that has gotten me into trouble. That's fair. Customer's always right concept really doesn't work when you are personally being insulted and humiliated. At that point, the person ceases to be a customer and they become an aggressor. That's fair, but I don't know how many times I've seen people tear into like fast food workers and waitresses, and it's like talking to them I don't have a lot of empathy or understanding for people who think that they're better than someone else based off of income or job or class. I mean, any of that stuff. I'm just like, who are you? Honestly, I'm just completely baffled by the whole concept. And I'm like, I don't know how to I guess what if the customers, then I smile and nod and ask them to have a good day. And so it's like, if the customer's just being a jerk, just no matter what.
I said good day.
I said good day. It really helps too that Randy and I are a team in our booth. We have the other person there, so it's like, not that we gang up on the customer or anything, but it's like I do not get yeah, Randy's over there popping his knuckles and flexing. And it's like, it's not that we're ganging up on them, but there is a little bit of power by numbers that it's like, look, this is our space. You can go somewhere else. If you're going to stand there and be a jerk to me. And Randy and I'll just stand there and look at him and be like, are you done? Good job. You're, it's like you meet two assholes a day and you're one of them. Can't wait to meet the next one. So it's just like, Michelle says, it's so much easier to be nice to people. Why work so hard to be nasty, right? Yeah. Sarah says how someone treats janitors, waitresses, and the layman says everything about their personality. I agree 100%, Sarah, that it's like, if you can't see people as other people who are literally just like you, and probably 99% just like you, it really, you have to start picking and being like, do we have the same interests? Do we have breaking it down, it's differences in personality, but we are all people. We all have homes to pay for. We all have meals that we need to make. We all have, families and everything. We're all in this boat together. And I don't understand why people put these boundaries and barriers and borders up. I don't know. If I had all the answers, I'd write a book and be on Oprah.
She's still got a show.
Do what?
Does Oprah still have a show?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah?
It'll be 300 years from now and Oprah will have a show.
Okay.
She's not one of us mere mortals. I work in hospitality and there are a ton of nice people in the world until they check into a hotel and their room isn't ready. Yeah. And I'm guilty of it. It's sometimes I am not bubbly whenever it's 2 a.m. and we've just gotten into a hotel, but I've also never felt the need to be a jerk. It's I feel like there's a difference between standing there just kind of quiet and patient, I mean just dead inside and tired and just looking at him, and I don't know if that comes across as me being bitchy or what, but it's I'm not saying anything because I'm tired. Deborah says, how old were you when you first started to make clay stuff? I don't think you mean Play-Doh. So I'm going to go with, I was probably about 22 whenever I started working with polymer clay, and I was really bad at it. I was not very good, but I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Oh, goodness, Stacy. Wow. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, Lisa. Claudia says, I personally don't care about color, weight, looking, etc. I think there are two kinds of people, jerks and non-jerks, right? Place a post about resin a few moments ago. Oh, okay. Sorry if the person's having a bad day and it's not smiley, but there's a difference between that and being downright obnoxious. I agree 100%. Natalie says, hello, how are you doing? Watching one of your polymer clay fairy houses. Right on. I'm doing wonderful, actually. I'm having a really awesome day, and I think it's because I've been kind of procrastinating, hanging out with you guys a little bit longer than I had originally intended to. But I am going to have to go. You didn't want to, but I don't know if you can. This is today's to-do list. And I only have one thing marked off in red, so I got to get to work. I know, I don't want to. But we leave tomorrow morning by 8 a.m., so I'm going to have to get up at like 6 tomorrow. We've been going to bed at like super late. So I don't even know how I'm going to move grass. I don't remember